My date said, I only date guys over 6 feet. I stood up, 5 feet 11 inches, and said, I only date girls under 120 pounds. She threw water on me. I humiliated her in front of her all friends. Now she is fuming. All right, Reddit. This happened about 3 months ago, and my sister keeps telling me I need to post it here, because apparently it's peak petty revenge material. So here we are. Fair warning, this gets satisfying. I'm 28, work in logistics coordination for a distribution company here in Pennsylvania. Nothing glamorous, but it pays well, and I've got my own place, a reliable car, and zero debt. My job basically involves making sure products get from point A to point B without everything falling apart. It's problem solving mixed with spreadsheets, and I'm decent at it. Been with the same company since I graduated. Worked my way up from entry level to managing my own accounts. After college, I dated around a bit, had a couple serious relationships that didn't work out for various reasons. One girl moved across the country for grad school, and neither of us wanted long distance. Another one decided she wanted to focus on her career and being single. Normal breakup stuff that happens when you're in your 20s and nobody really knows what they want yet. Spent the last year or so just focusing on myself, hit the gym regularly, picked up woodworking as a hobby, actually read books instead of just buying them, basically living that stable bachelor life where my apartment is clean and I meal prep on Sundays like a functional adult. I'm not rich, but I'm comfortable. Got a decent apartment in a safe neighborhood, drive a paid-off Honda that gets me where I need to go, have a savings account that would make my parents proud. The kind of life that seems boring when you describe it, but actually feels pretty good when you're living it. No drama, no debt, no disasters, just steady and stable. The thing about being 5 feet 11 inches is you're technically above average height, but online dating it might as well be a death sentence. Every dating app profile has some variation of must be over 6 feet, or if you're not 6 feet 2, don't bother. I've literally been exactly 1 inch away from qualifying for dates with women who probably couldn't tell the difference if I wore boots anyway. The average height for American men is 5 feet 9 inches, which makes me 2 inches above average. But apparently that's meaningless when social media has decided 6 feet is the minimum. I've done the experiment. Created 2 identical dating profiles. Same photos, same bio, everything the same, except on one I listed my height as 6 feet 0 inches, and on the other as 5 feet 11 inches. The 6-foot profile got triple the matches. Same person, same everything, just 1 inch difference on a screen. That's when I realized this whole height thing had nothing to do with actual compatibility and everything to do with arbitrary numbers that sounded good. For context, I'm in decent shape. Not bodybuilder jacked, but I run 4 times a week and actually use the gym membership I pay for. Can bench my body weight, do actual pull-ups without kipping like some kind of fish out of water, have visible muscle definition when I'm not wearing a shirt, dress well, have good hygiene, own furniture that matches, read actual books, can hold a conversation about topics beyond sports and video games, remember birthdays and respond to texts in a reasonable time frame. The whole responsible adult package that should theoretically make someone dateable. But apparently none of that matters if you're not clearing some arbitrary height requirement that got decided by a committee of women who probably can't even accurately judge height without a measuring tape. I've had first dates where women have actually asked me to stand up so they could check if I was lying about my height. One girl literally pulled out her phone and asked me to stand against a wall so she could verify I was actually 5 feet 11 inches like my profile said. Another spent the entire dinner asking if I'd ever considered wearing shoe lifts. Not joking. Brought it up 6 separate times. Told me about how common it was, how nobody would know, how it would really help my confidence. Had another one ask if I'd put my real height on my profile or round it up like guys usually do. When I confirmed I actually am 5 feet 11 inches, she seemed disappointed, like she was hoping to catch me in a lie. Then asked whether I measured myself recently or was going off old information from high school. The absolute worst was a woman who seemed great via text, showed up to our date, immediately asked my height, and when I said 5 feet 11 inches, she literally said, "Oh, I thought you'd be taller," and left. Just turned around and walked out of the restaurant before we even sat down. I'd already put my name in for a table. After 6 months of this nonsense, I basically gave up on the apps. Figured I'd meet someone organically or just stay single. Either option seemed better than subjecting myself to more height interrogations from women who list their own height as 5 feet 4 inches, but still demand a guy who can dunk a basketball without jumping. Enter late September. My buddy Brian from work was getting married, and his fiancée Kelly decided to play matchmaker. She'd been bugging me for weeks about meeting her friend Jessica. According to Kelly, Jessica was smart, funny, had a good job in hospital administration, and was super cute. The kind of setup that usually ends in awkward disaster. But Kelly was persistent. Started casually at first. Kelly mentioned Jessica during a work happy hour. Said she thought we'd get along, that Jessica was tired of the dating scene, that we had similar values. I gave the standard, yeah, maybe sometime response that usually makes people drop it. Kelly did not drop it. For 2 weeks straight, she kept bringing it up, showing me Jessica's social media in the break room like a sales pitch. Professional headshots, travel photos, charity event pictures, whole aesthetic very put together. Kelly kept saying how perfect we'd be together, how I needed to give dating another shot. Finally, I caved and agreed to one coffee date. Low stakes, public place, easy exit if needed. Kelly was thrilled and immediately created a group chat with me, her, and Jessica. The texting with Jessica started normal enough. She seemed friendly, asked about my job, mentioned she worked in hospital administration. We talked about the wedding, shared some jokes, basic getting to know you stuff. She suggested this trendy coffee shop downtown for Saturday afternoon. I agreed. Friday night, Kelly texted me. Jessica's really excited about tomorrow. Just be yourself. You guys are going to hit it off. Saturday comes and I show up right on time. The coffee shop is one of those industrial chic places with exposed brick walls and overpriced lattes. I grab a table near the window and wait. Jessica shows up about 10 minutes late wearing designer everything. Huge sunglasses, expensive purse, boots that look brand new. She walks up, takes off her sunglasses, and just looks at me. Full elevator scan from shoes to face. Hey, I say, standing up. Jessica, right? I'm Jake. She doesn't sit down, just stands there staring at me. How tall are you? Not nice to meet you. Just straight to the height question. 5'11", I answer, keeping my voice level. She does this head tilt thing, clearly disappointed. Kelly said you were tall. I'm taller than average. Is there a problem? Yeah, but like, actual tall or just taller than average? She still hasn't sat down. I'm 5 feet 11 inches. That's the height I am. Were you expecting someone taller? I don't know. Kelly made it sound like you were really tall. I usually only date guys who are at least 6 feet. There it is. The arbitrary line. Right, I say, sitting back down. Well, I'm 1 inch shorter than your requirements, so this should be interesting. She finally sits but keeps her jacket on. Phone already on the table. It's not personal, it's just a preference. Like, I wear heels a lot and I don't want to be taller than my date. What height heels are we talking about? Like, 4 inches usually. So with 4-inch heels, you'd be 5'8". I'd still be 3 inches taller than you. Yeah, but barely. Jessica, I'm 5 feet 11 inches. That's not changing. If that's a deal breaker for you, we can just call this now and save us both the time. She waves her hand dismissively. I mean, we're already here. Might as well get coffee. The next 20 minutes are painful. She orders some complicated drink with 3 modifications that costs $8. I order regular coffee. She spends the entire time on her phone, barely looking up. I'm giving one-word answers at this point, already mentally checked out. This whole thing was a waste of clean jeans. Then she hits me with, so Kelly mentioned you work in logistics? That's like warehouse stuff? Distribution coordination, I correct. I manage supply chain operations for our regional center. Oh, she says it like I just told her I collect trash. That sounds stable. The way she says stable makes it clear she means boring. Whatever. I'm about 30 seconds from faking an emergency and leaving. But then her friends show up. 3 women in their late 20s, all dressed like they're about to hit a club at 2 p.m. on a Saturday. They spot Jessica and come over squealing like they haven't seen each other in years when they probably hung out yesterday. Oh my God, Jess, is this him? One of them asks, looking at me like I'm a zoo exhibit. Yeah, this is Jake, Jessica says, her tone making it very clear this date is not going well. They all do the same elevator scan Jessica did. I can literally see them judging my height, my outfit, my entire existence. He's cute, one of them says in that voice women use when they're being polite but don't mean it. Wait, stand up for a second, another one says to me. I look at her. Excuse me? Just stand up real quick, I want to see something. Jessica's smirking. Her friends are all giggling. This is apparently hilarious to them. Why? I ask, staying seated. We just want to see how tall you actually are. Jessica said you might be lying about your height. First of all, I never told Jessica my height was 6 feet. Second, why is my height suddenly a group activity? I'm 5 feet 11, I say clearly. That's the height I've been my entire adult life. I'm not standing up so you can measure me like I'm at a doctor's appointment. Oh, come on, don't be sensitive, one of them says. We're just having fun. Yeah, Jessica adds. If you're really 5 feet 11 inches, then what's the big deal? The whole table is staring at me now. Other people in the coffee shop are starting to look over. This is officially a scene. I stand up. Not because I care about proving anything to these women, but because I'm about to leave anyway, and I'm done with this entire situation. There, I say, standing at my full height. 5 feet 11 inches. Satisfied? They all exchange looks. One of them whispers something to Jessica. They're literally talking about me right in front of me like I can't hear them. See? I don't know, Jessica says loudly, clearly performing for her friends now. You might be 5 feet 11 inches, but that's still not 6 feet. I really only date guys who are over 6 feet. It's just a rule I have. And this is the moment. This is where something in me just snaps. Not in an angry way, not in a losing my cool way, but in a crystal clear, perfectly calm way where I realize I have absolutely nothing to lose here, and every reason to match her energy exactly. That's fair, I say, my voice completely even. I have standards too. I only date girls who weigh under 120 pounds. The table goes silent. Jessica's face does this thing where she's clearly processing what I just said and trying to figure out if I'm serious. Excuse me, she finally asks. You have a height requirement? I have a weight requirement. Seems fair, right? I mean, you can control your weight, but I can't control my height. So technically, your standard is more unfair than mine. Her friends' mouths are literally hanging open. That's completely different, Jessica sputters. How? I ask, genuinely curious about her logic here. You're allowed to have a physical preference that eliminates people based on something they can't change. But I'm not allowed to have a physical preference based on something people can change? Explain the math on that. Weight is, you can't just ask someone their weight, but you can ask someone their height and measure them and discuss whether they meet your requirements in front of their face? One of her friends tries to jump in. Okay, but height and weight aren't the same thing at all. You're right, I interrupt. Height is genetic and unchangeable. Weight is largely controllable through diet and exercise. So logically, having a weight preference is actually more reasonable than having a height preference. Thanks for proving my point. Jessica's face is turning red. You're being incredibly rude right now. I'm matching your energy, I say. You spent this entire date making it clear I don't meet your height requirement. I'm just letting you know you don't meet my weight requirement. We're both being honest about our standards. This is not the same thing, she practically shouts. People are definitely staring now. The barista has stopped making drinks to watch this unfold. So let me get this straight, I continue, because apparently I've decided to fully commit to this. You can judge me for being 1 inch shorter than your arbitrary requirement, but I can't have any physical standards at all without being rude. That's some interesting logic. I never said I was judging you. You literally asked me to stand up so your friends could verify my height. You told me to my face that you only date guys over 6 feet. You said my job sounds stable, like it was an insult. But sure, you weren't judging me at all. Her friends are trying to do damage control now. One of them is telling Jessica to just leave. Another is saying I'm being aggressive. The third one is filming this on her phone, which is probably going to be my villain origin story on someone's social media. Jessica stands up, grabs her purse, and picks up her water glass. I see it happening in slow motion. She's going to throw water on me. This is actually happening. The water hits me square in the chest. It's cold. My shirt is soaked. She's standing there looking triumphant, like she just won the argument. You're a jerk, she yells. I look down at my drenched shirt, then back up at her. And you're probably over 120 pounds, so I guess we both dodged a bullet here. She makes this sound that's somewhere between a shriek and a gasp. Her friends are pulling her toward the door. The entire coffee shop is silent except for the sound of them speed walking out. I stand there dripping water on the hardwood floor, and the weirdest thing happens. Someone starts slow clapping, then someone else joins in. Within 5 seconds, half the coffee shop is applauding. A guy at the table next to me gives me a fist bump. The barista mouths, "That was amazing," at me. I grab some napkins and start drying off my shirt. My phone buzzes. It's Kelly. What did you do? Jessica is blowing up my phone saying you attacked her. I text back. She asked about my height. I asked about her weight. She threw water on me. That's what happened. Kelly calls immediately. I answer. Jake, what the actual heck happened? She sounds somewhere between concerned and furious. I explain the whole thing. The height interrogation, the friends showing up, being asked to stand so they could measure me, the water throwing, all of it. Kelly is quiet for a second. Then, she asked you to stand up so her friends could check your height? Yup. And then threw water on you? Got it on camera if you want proof. The girl who was filming actually sent me the video. Said I was a legend and Jessica deserved it. Kelly sighs. Okay, that's ridiculous, and I'm sorry. But did you really tell her you only date girls under 120 pounds? She told me she only dates guys over 6 feet. I matched her energy. If she can have arbitrary physical requirements, so can I. Jake, that's not the same. Kelly, please explain to me how it's different. She can reject me for being 1 inch shorter than her preference, but I can't have any standards about weight? Either we both get to have preferences or neither of us do. She's quiet again. When you put it like that? Exactly. Still, you could have just left. I was about to. Then her friends showed up and turned it into a group roast session. I'm not just going to sit there and be disrespected for entertainment. Kelly sighs again. Fair enough. Jessica's texting me all this stuff about you being horrible and abusive. I'm going to tell her what you told me and see what she says. Cool. I'm going home to change my shirt. I leave the coffee shop to another small round of applause. One older woman tells me I handled that perfectly. A younger guy asks if I'm single because his sister would love me. This is the weirdest day of my life. Get home, change clothes, and figure that's the end of it. Weird story to tell at parties. Lesson learned about blind dates. Then Monday happens. I get to work and Brian immediately corners me in the parking lot before I can even get to the building. Dude, what did you do to Kelly's friend? He asks, looking somewhere between amused and concerned. She didn't tell you? She told me her version. Kelly's saying Jessica came home crying about how you verbally attacked her and humiliated her in public. But knowing you, there's definitely another side to this story. So, what actually happened? I explained the whole thing again from start to finish. The height interrogation, the friends showing up and turning it into a group roast session, being asked to stand for measurement purposes, the water throwing, all of it. Brian's trying really hard not to laugh and failing miserably. Bro, he says when I finish. Jessica is having a complete meltdown. Like full-scale crisis mode. Kelly showed me some of the messages she's been sending their friend group and it's genuinely unhinged. What's she saying? Brian pulls out his phone and scrolls through screenshots Kelly sent him. That you attacked her appearance unprovoked. That you're bitter about being short and took it out on her. That you have serious anger management issues and she's lucky she got out of there safely. That you specifically targeted her weight because you knew it would hurt her. That the whole thing was premeditated because you clearly have issues with women. I stare at him. I'm 5 feet 11 inches, not short. And she literally spent 20 minutes telling me I wasn't tall enough for her before her friends showed up and made it worse. How is responding with her own logic attacking her unprovoked? Oh, I know. But here's the best part. Apparently one of her friends who was actually there, she's telling a completely different story than Jessica is. This gets my attention. Which friend? The one who filmed it. Amanda something. She's apparently been in the group chat defending you, saying Jessica absolutely deserved what she got, and that you were actually pretty restrained considering how rude they all were. Turns out Amanda, the girl who filmed everything, felt genuinely bad about how Jessica and the other friends acted. She'd apparently been uncomfortable with the whole height-checking thing, but went along with it because peer pressure. After seeing how the situation escalated and watching Jessica play victim in the group chat, Amanda decided to set the record straight. She posted the video Sunday night on her social media with a caption that basically said, "Watch this girl spend 20 minutes telling a guy he's not tall enough for her. Demand he stand up so her friends can measure him like he's at a doctor's appointment. Then throw water on him when he uses her exact logic about weight requirements. Then watch her play victim." The video quality was good. You could hear everything clearly. Jessica asking about my height, her friends giggling and asking me to stand, the whole weight comment exchange, the water throwing, the applause afterwards. It was all there in crystal clear HD. By Monday morning, the video had a few hundred views and about 50 comments. By Monday afternoon, it was in the thousands. By Monday night, it had been shared to relationship advice pages, debate forums, local community groups. The comments were split but leaning heavily in my favor. Women were chiming in saying they never realized how rude the height requirement thing was until they saw it from this perspective. Guys were sharing their own stories about being rejected for height. Some people thought I went too far with the weight comment. Others thought it was perfectly fair turnabout. But the overwhelming consensus was that Jessica started it, escalated it with her friends, and got exactly what she was asking for. Tuesday morning, the video jumped from thousands to tens of thousands of views. Someone from a men's issues page shared it. Then a dating discourse account picked it up. Then some local news blog wrote an article about it titled, "Local Coffee Shop Date Goes Viral After Height versus Weight Debate." My phone was blowing up with notifications. People were tagging me in comments. Friends from high school were messaging me asking if it was really me in the video. My cousin sent it to our family group chat asking if I was okay. My mom called me concerned that I was involved in some kind of internet situation. By Tuesday afternoon, Jessica had deleted all her social media accounts. Her Facebook, Instagram, everything gone. According to Kelly, Jessica was absolutely spiraling, having panic attacks about the video, convinced her reputation was ruined forever, demanding that Amanda take the video down and that I make some kind of statement saying it was all a misunderstanding. Kelly forwarded me some of the messages from Jessica. They were something else. He deliberately provoked me so I'd react badly, and he could film it and make me look terrible. Nobody provoked anybody. Also, I didn't film anything. Her friend did. He probably lied about his height to trap me into this situation. I never lied. I said 5 feet 11 inches in my profile, and I am 5 feet 11 inches. The only person who had an issue with that was her. This is harassment, and I'm considering getting legal help. Good luck with that. Everything that happened was in public with witnesses. The only reason everyone is taking his side is because society hates women who have standards and know what they want. Society hates hypocrites who can't handle having their own logic applied to them. Someone needs to make him delete this video and apologize. Again, I didn't post the video. And apologize for what exactly? Matching your energy? The friend group was apparently tearing itself apart over this. Some of them thought Jessica was completely in the wrong and got what she deserved. Others thought I was cruel for bringing up weight, even though Jessica spent the entire date and friend visit discussing my height. They were all arguing with each other in the group chat about double standards, body positivity, dating preferences, the whole thing. Kelly called me Tuesday night sounding exhausted. Jessica wants to know if you can ask people to stop commenting on the video. I didn't post the video. I have no control over what thousands of strangers decide to comment. Also, she threw water on me in public after insulting me for 20 minutes straight. She made her choices. She's really upset. People from high school are commenting. Her coworkers have seen it. She's mortified. Then maybe she shouldn't have made a public scene by throwing water on someone in a crowded coffee shop. Actions have consequences. Can you at least make a statement saying it was all a misunderstanding? It wasn't a misunderstanding. She asked about my height. I asked about her weight. She threw water on me. Those are the facts. I'm not lying to protect someone who publicly disrespected me. Jake, Kelly, I like you. You're good people. But I'm not taking the fall for someone else's bad behavior just because she's embarrassed that everyone saw her true colors. Jessica made very deliberate choices about how to treat me. She can live with the consequences of those choices. Kelly went quiet for a moment. Then, Brian said basically the same thing. He thinks I should stop defending her and that she brought this on herself. Brian's right. I know. I just feel bad because I set you guys up. You didn't know she'd act like that. Not your fault. Still, I'm sorry. I thought she was better than this. People show you who they are. Believe them the first time. Kelly texted me Tuesday afternoon. Jessica wants to know if you'll ask people to stop commenting on the video. I text back. I didn't post the video. I have no control over what people comment. Also, she threw water on me in public after insulting me for 20 minutes. She made her bed. Kelly. She's really upset. Her friends are turning on her. People are calling her shallow. Me. She is shallow. She literally told me to my face that I wasn't tall enough for her. Actions have consequences. Kelly. Can you at least make a statement or something saying it was all a misunderstanding? Me. It wasn't a misunderstanding. She asked about my height. I asked about her weight. She threw water on me. Those are facts. I'm not lying to protect her reputation. Kelly goes quiet for a while. Then, Brian says you're right, and I should stop defending her. I'm sorry I set you up with someone like that. Me. Not your fault. You didn't know she'd act like that. Wednesday, the video has spread beyond our local area. Some relationship advice pages picked it up. Debate pages are discussing whether height requirements are the same as weight requirements. I'm apparently a controversial figure in the online dating discourse now. My phone is getting tagged in posts I've never seen before. People are DMing me asking if I'm single. One girl sent me a message that just said, 5'11 is perfect height BTW, with a winky face. Jessica apparently deleted her social media accounts by Thursday. According to Kelly, she's furious that some random guy she went on one date with ruined her reputation. She's telling people I orchestrated the whole thing to make her look bad. Kelly forwarded me some of the messages Jessica sent to their friend group. They're wild. He deliberately provoked me so I'd react and he could film it. I didn't film anything. Her friend did. He probably lied about his height to trap me. I never lied. I said 5 feet 11 inches, and I am 5 feet 11 inches. This is harassment, and I'm considering legal action. Good luck with that. Everyone is taking his side because society hates women who have standards. Society hates hypocrites who can't handle their own logic being used against them. The friend group apparently had a massive argument about it. Some of them think Jessica was wrong and got what she deserved. Others think I was cruel for bringing up weight. They're all fighting with each other now. Kelly tells me two of Jessica's friends apologized to her for going along with the height checking thing. They said they didn't realize how rude it was until they saw it from an outside perspective on video. By Friday, the coffee shop incident is the talk of our entire social circle. People I haven't spoken to in months are reaching out asking if it really happened. Brian's bachelor party group chat is nothing but memes about height requirements now. Saturday, I run into one of Jessica's friends at the grocery store. Not one of the ones from the coffee shop. A different friend who apparently heard about everything. She stops me in the produce section. Are you Jake? Depends who's asking. I'm Rachel. I know Jessica through work. I just wanted to say I saw the video and I think what you did was perfect. This is unexpected. Thanks, I guess. No, seriously. Jessica has been doing this to guys for years. She's incredibly shallow and mean about it, but whenever anyone calls her out, she plays victim. It's about time someone didn't just take it. She seems pretty upset about it. She's upset because for once there were consequences. Usually guys just slink away and she gets to feel superior. You didn't do that, and now she's big mad about it. Rachel proceeds to tell me stories about Jessica's dating history that make the coffee shop incident seem tame. Apparently, she's made guys leave mid-date because they weren't tall enough. She's asked men to take off their shoes so she could verify their height. She once made a guy stand back-to-back with her so she could compare. The worst part is, she acts like it's empowering to have standards, Rachel says. But they're not standards. They're just shallow requirements that have nothing to do with compatibility. Well, she definitely made her standards clear to me. And you made yours clear right back. Respect. I finish my shopping and head home feeling weirdly validated. Like maybe I wasn't crazy for responding the way I did. Sunday night, Kelly calls me. So Jessica reached out, she says. Oh, great. What now? She wants to apologize. I almost dropped my phone. She what? Apparently her mom saw the video, tore her apart about it, told her she was being shallow and rude and needed to apologize. Her mom made her apologize? Yup. She sent me this long message about how she realizes she was wrong and wants to make things right. Wants your number so she can apologize directly. Absolutely not. I figured you'd say that. I'll tell her you're not interested in hearing from her. Thanks. Also, just so we're clear, I don't buy for a second that she's actually sorry. She's sorry she got caught and called out. There's a difference. Oh, for sure. But I had to ask. Monday at work becomes legendary status for me. People keep stopping by my desk to talk about the video. My boss even made a joke about it during our team meeting. Just remember, Jake, he says with a completely straight face. We have a strict policy against bringing drama from your personal life into the office. Unless it goes viral, then we want to hear all about it. The whole office cracks up. Even I have to laugh. Tuesday, I get a message from the girl who originally filmed the video. Her name is Amanda. Hey, I just wanted to check in and make sure you're doing okay with all this attention, she writes. I'm good, I reply. Thanks for sending me the video, by the way. Came in handy when people accused me of lying about what happened. No problem. Honestly, I felt bad for you. Jessica and her friends were being so mean, and you handled it really well. We end up chatting for a bit. She seems cool, apologizes for posting the video without asking me first, but says she was just so annoyed by Jessica's victim routine that she wanted to set the record straight. For what it's worth, Amanda says, 5 feet 11 inches is a great height. My boyfriend is 5 feet 10 inches, and I've never once cared. The whole height obsession thing is ridiculous. Appreciate that. Also, the weight comeback was savage but fair. She literally asked for it by making your height a public discussion topic. It's validating to hear from someone who was actually there and saw the whole thing firsthand. By Wednesday, the video has mostly run its course. Still getting occasional tags and shares, but the viral moment is fading. Jessica's still got her social media deleted. Kelly tells me she's apparently taking a break from dating to work on herself. Translation: she's embarrassed and hiding. Thursday, I match with someone on a dating app who messages me first. Just so you know, I don't care about height. I care about whether you're a decent human being. We end up talking for hours. She's a nurse, has a great sense of humor, and thinks the whole coffee shop incident was hilarious. We make plans to meet for lunch on Saturday. Real lunch, not coffee, at a place with actual food where water throwing is less likely. Friday, 2 weeks after the incident, I get my favorite update. Kelly texts me. Jessica's friends officially uninvited her from my wedding. Wait, what? Yeah. After everything that happened and seeing how she acted, the bridesmaids voted and decided they don't want that energy at the wedding. Jessica is furious, but the decision is final. That seems harsh. Brian and I agreed with them. We don't want someone who's going to cause drama or treat our other guests badly. Plus, after you told me what she did, I realized I never should have set you guys up. She's not who I thought she was. So not only did Jessica lose her social media presence and her reputation, she also lost a wedding invitation and apparently several friendships, all because she couldn't just be polite on a first date. It's now been 3 months since the coffee shop incident. Here's where everyone ended up. Jessica moved to a different city about 6 weeks after everything went down. Kelly heard through mutual friends that she couldn't handle running into people who'd seen the video, got a new job in Pittsburgh, deleted all her old social media, basically tried to start over with a clean slate. Last anyone heard, she's still single and apparently learned absolutely nothing because she's already got height requirements listed on her new dating profiles. The friend group completely fell apart. Amanda, the girl who filmed everything, is still cool with Kelly, but stopped talking to the other 2 friends who were at the coffee shop. They apparently kept defending Jessica's behavior, and Amanda got tired of the double standards. She actually reached out to me a few weeks ago to apologize again for how the whole thing went down. We grabbed coffee. Different coffee shop, obviously. And she's actually pretty cool. Not dating or anything, just became friends. 2 of Jessica's other friends reached out separately to apologize for the height measurement thing. One of them sent me a long message about how she'd never thought about how disrespectful that was until she saw it from an outside perspective. Said she'd been turning guys down for height for years, without considering how it felt from their side. The other one just said, "You were right, and I'm sorry we acted like that." Kelly and Brian got married 2 months ago. Jessica obviously wasn't there. The wedding was great. Open bar, good food. Nobody threw water on anyone. Brian's best man made a joke about it in his speech that got huge laughs. Something about how Brian was lucky Kelly didn't have height requirements, or he'd still be single. Kelly pretended to be annoyed, but she was laughing too. At the reception, 3 different women asked me to dance. One of them specifically said she'd seen the video and thought I handled it perfectly. We've been on 4 dates since then. Her name's Lauren. She's a nurse at the local hospital. And when I told her I was 5 feet 11 inches, she literally said, "Cool, you're taller than me." And that was the entire extent of the height discussion. Revolutionary. The coffee shop became a minor local landmark for a few weeks. People would go there hoping to witness drama. The barista who gave me the free coffee told me they had customers asking which table the incident happened at. They apparently considered putting up a plaque as a joke, but decided against it. My dating app matches tripled after the video went viral. Not even exaggerating. Suddenly being 5 feet 11 inches wasn't a deal breaker anymore. Got messages from women saying things like, "I never cared about height anyway," or "personality matters more than inches." Some of them definitely saw the video and were trying to prove they weren't like Jessica. I'll take it. Work became interesting for about 2 weeks. My boss printed out the video thumbnail and put it on the break room bulletin board with a caption that said, "Employee of the Month, Outstanding Performance in Conflict Resolution." HR made him take it down, but everyone got a good laugh out of it first. The video itself is still out there, floating around the internet. Pops up every few weeks when someone new discovers it and shares it to their page. Currently sitting at around 400,000 views across various platforms. I get tagged in it randomly by people I don't know. My notifications are permanently a mess. Got a message last month from some podcast that does relationship drama stories. They wanted me to come on and tell the whole story in detail. I declined. The story's out there, people can watch the video. I don't need to turn it into a whole media tour. My sister thinks I should write a book about dating double standards. I told her one viral video is enough fame for me. She said I'm wasting my platform. I said I just wanted to drink my coffee in peace and accidentally became internet famous for matching someone's energy. The best update, though, happened about a month ago. I was at the grocery store, and this guy approached me in the produce section. Mid-40s, wearing a wedding ring, looked completely normal. "You're the height guy, right?" he asked. I braced myself for either praise or criticism. "Yeah, that's me." "Dude, thank you. My daughter is 16 and she had all these dating requirements she got from social media. Must be over 6 feet, must have muscles, must have money." Your video made her realize how shallow that sounded. She actually apologized to me for being judgmental. That's a parenting win I didn't see coming. That was pretty cool, not gonna lie. My mom still brings it up at family dinners. Remember when Jake got famous for asking about weight? Usually followed by my dad high-fiving me and my sister rolling her eyes. Family dynamics are weird. Last week, I ran into one of the women from the coffee shop. Not Jessica, one of her friends who was there for the whole thing. She was with her boyfriend at a restaurant. She saw me, her face went pale, and she immediately looked away. Her boyfriend noticed and asked what was wrong. I just walked past their table to the bathroom. When I came back out, she'd apparently told him the story because he gave me a nod and a thumbs up. The coffee shop water stain is gone now. They cleaned the floor, but the table where it happened is still there. Sometimes when I'm in the area, I'll grab coffee there just because. Different barista usually, but the original one who applauded still works there on weekends. She gives me free refills. My apartment is the same. My job is the same. My car is the same. I'm still 5 feet 11 inches, and that hasn't changed. The only real difference is now I have a story that people ask about at parties, a girlfriend who doesn't care about arbitrary measurements, and the satisfaction of knowing that sometimes matching someone's energy is exactly the right move. Jessica's apparently telling people in Pittsburgh that she's starting fresh after a bad breakup. Not technically true since we were never together, but whatever helps her sleep at night. According to mutual friends, she's not mentioning the video to new people she meets. Can't blame her there. Kelly apologized to me again last week. Said she felt responsible for the whole mess because she set us up. I told her it's fine. I met Lauren at her wedding, so technically it worked out. She laughed and said maybe she's a better matchmaker than she thought. Brian thinks the whole thing is the best story ever. Keeps threatening to make a toast about it at every gathering. Kelly keeps stopping him. The guy who slow clapped in the coffee shop sent me a Facebook friend request 3 months later. His name's Dave, and he included a message. Still the best thing I've ever witnessed in public. Keep being awesome. We're not really friends, but I accepted it because why not? Guys, we are so close to hit 100,000 subscribers on this channel. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. It really helps hit that 100,000 mark. Thanks for making this dream come true.